winter's not done yet. It's going to be cold this weekend. We may even see some snow flurries. You want to make sure that you're nice and warm and that you've got plenty of hot water. Don Wade's here from Country Boyz Heating and Cooling to tell us more. Don, it is good to see you. And let me just go ahead and tell you right now, one of the worst feelings that you can possibly have is to get out of bed on a cold morning and go to take a shower and there's no hot water.
Is that not the worst feeling there is?
That's awful, absolutely awful.
Exactly. Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. Hot water heaters are something that everybody takes for granted. You know, we have one installed. It may be 10, maybe 15 years old, and you turn the faucet on and, you know, you want hot water. One of the things that is probably one of the biggest energy hogs in your home that you don't realize is a water heater. If you got a water heater that's over 10 years old, it's recommended that you look at getting it replaced, even though it may still be functioning, because a lot of people, they don't realize they'll turn it on and it's a slow process. You get the hot water coming out of the faucet, but as it goes along, gradually it takes longer for that water to warm up. And so what winds up happening is your hot water heater is losing its capacity. Because we get calcium. Whenever you heat the water up, the minerals and stuff that we have, especially in Alabama, we really start to get that calcium to dissolve, and it builds up inside our water heater, and then it falls off as it gets big chunks, and it'll have a layer sometimes, you know, 3-4 inches deep in the bottom of our water heater.
Wow, and that's from the water being so hard. The
Correct.
pH is so high.
Exactly. So when you heat the water, that calcium comes out of it. And the way you can tell if you really have hard water is if you have your shower head that starts stopping up because it's got calcium deposits in it. If you have a house that's like that, your water heater's life is much shorter. And so what we want to tell people is, you know, look at your hot water heater. That's one of your big energy savings. The next thing is if you have a good hot water heater, try to capture that energy, because you don't want to keep heating that hot water. You want to put the thermal blanket around it. You can go for $15 to $20, depending on which one you get from Home Depot or Lowe's. They sell a little package. It has the insulation, has the tape, it has everything, and it takes 10 minutes to put it on. That 10 minutes can easily save you 2 to 3% on that hot water bill. And so it takes no time at all for it to pay for itself. And I brought this guy today. It's some foam insulation.
And that's not a pool toy.
No, it's not a pool toy. But we're going to talk about pool toys. If you've got one of those old Nerf sticks that you have the kids play with in the summertime, if you don't want to go to the store, or if you got an old one that's getting worn out, just simply take your knife or your scissors and cut it open it up, and slip it around the pipes coming out of your hot water heater. Because again, like I say, if we can capture that heat, if we can retain it a lot longer, of course that energy savings is going to be more. But this particular pipe is much better because it's got a sticky back deal. You just peel off after you put it over the pipe, and it sticks together, and it seals it up, and so it retains the heat a lot longer. But like I say, whatever it takes, if you've got one of those old Nerf sticks that the dogs have chewed up, you know, if the kids hadn't beat you with it too many times, you want to get rid of it. But just save those guys, cut a slice, put it on there. But just want to talk about those. And also, if you've got a water heater that's over 10 years old, one of the things that's really important anyway, safety in your home.
Right.
The hot water heaters, those are something like, again, you don't look at it, but keep an eye on it. If you see one that's starting to drip or starting to leak, you know, get a professional to come in there and replace that thing. Get rid of it, because last thing you want is for it to put water damage in your house when it does really start leaking, because they do not start leaking at the opportune time. Sometimes it might be midnight, and the next morning you've got water everywhere.
It's never when you're ready.
No, never when you're ready.
All right, Don, I don't mean to put you on the spot. We just have a few seconds left. But
yeah,
what's your preference for a hot water heater, electric or gas?
I prefer the electrics. You know, gas is a good product. There's nothing wrong with it. But for me, electric is a one-to-one heat where the heating element's directly in the water. And as that calcium builds up on a gas hot water heater, you can't get inside and clean it out. That heating element, it's directly in the water. If it goes bad, you pull it out, put a new one in, and you've got a 100% efficient water heater again. You can't do that with a gas.
I got you. Don, thanks a bunch.
You're welcome.
You can find out more about heating and cooling your home by calling 205-230-6657 or send an email to countryboyshvac@yahoo.com.
Tider Insider TV, Tuesday nights at 6:30, only on WVUA TV.